Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a passport size photo, and I'm going to show you two different types of the passport photos that I'm going to show how to make. So the first one, I'll show you how to make a passport application photo and a visa application photo. So stay tuned and please watch the video till the end. Don't skip any part of this video so that you don't get lost. So I'll teach you how to make a passport size photo and a visa photo using Adobe Photoshop. So if you have Adobe Photoshop, and open your Adobe Photoshop, then follow me. So click your app, open it. It applies with all Photoshop. So if you have Photoshop 7, Photoshop 11, Photoshop 19, any of them will just be the same. So you can drag your photo inside the app. You can use different ways. You can minimize it, then after minimizing you can drag your photo. Like for example, this is my photo. You can drag it inside there. Then after that I can maximize my app. So this is my photo, and I want to use it to make a passport application photo. Don't worry about the background. I'll show you also how to change the background to any color that you want. And mostly for passport application, if you want to apply for a passport, the required background is always a white background photo. So I'm going to show you how to change the background and everything. So first, we're going to start with the application passport photo for applying a passport. So first select open file, then new, then go to custom, change to A4. then after A4, like you should use the mm1. Make sure it is an mm. Don't use pixels, niche or inches or whatever. Make sure it isn't that. So you'll change that to be 35, and down here the height to be 45. So that is the required measurement for a passport photo. So after that, you can drag your photo there. So select your photo, you can right click or left click, so long as you drag it and make it enter that measurement. So then using your keyboard, select Ctrl and T, both Ctrl plus T. So use Ctrl then T, then it will show you this measurement. Then after that you can minimize, but if you want to minimize it equally, select this main aspect ratio, if you can see it, the main aspect ratio, if you can see it there. Then after selecting it, you can put your measurement on either this side or this side, then just use the lower button to minimize it. You can select, you can make sure that after selecting it you reduce that. Just dial the scroll bar button down. It depends with the size of your photo, or you can use these dimensions. You can take the photo, and if you want to balance it to be equal, just tap that and it will equalize up. So you can do that and use the lowering button key. It is always at the edge of your keyboard. Just minimize it, and make sure the photo is 3/4 in the photo. So make sure the head and the measurements are accurately placed. Balance it well, balance it. Then after balancing it well and making sure that it is at the center, so if your photo is dark or it's not bright enough, after this, first click the tick. Then after that, if your photo is dark or it's too bright, or the brightness, you need to add the brightness. You can use shortcuts, that is Ctrl and plus M. You dial them the same time, or you can come file, then or image I mean. Adjustments, brightness. After adjustments, click brightness or contrast, so it will bring you this. So if you want to add some brightness, you can just pull the upper, make sure you select it, then you add the brightness. But if your photo you want is too dark or too bright, you can reduce the brightness, but it is always recommended to use a bright photo. But if you want to undo, you can click file, you can click there, edit, then undo, Control Z or shortcut Control Z. So mine have reduced the brightness so much, so I'll Control Z and undo. I'll undo, so it will remain the same way it was. But if I want to add the brightness, I'll just add a little bit, and the contrast also add maybe a little bit, so that it sharpens the photo, and click OK. But if you I think that is all that is needed. If you want to maybe decorate it, you can use Ctrl+B. That's a shortcut that will help you change the effect. So if you dial Ctrl+B, it will bring you this tab and will make you change cyan, magenta and yellow, so it will have the following effects if you see. And actually they are not required, so unless your photo is maybe having an issue, it will make it too red. And if you use magenta, it will turn it to that color, and if you use yellow, see. So if you don't require them, just dial cancel and your photo will remain as it was. So if you want to maybe add the brightness, just use shortcuts Ctrl+M. So after that, go to select, go to flatten your layer. Now you'll flatten your layer, go to layer, and these tabs here, there's somewhere called layer. Then you can go down and flatten image. Flatten image now means you can't tamper with the photo. Even if you right click it or anything, it will show you could not complete your required as layer is closed. So there's nothing you can do even if you right click and try to do anything, or left click. The only thing you can do from here is maybe turn it to another part of the photo or anything, but you can't add any settings to it apart from brightness. You can still add brightness if it's there. If you Control M, it will be like that. If you use Control M, you will use these curves to change effects. Yeah, but if you don't need them, just dial cancel. So after that, go to File, New, then select 4:6 if you, in case you want to print it or save it or anything. But if you want to save it, then you are done from that step. Just click 4:6. This is for people who are having cyber and need to print and stuff. So you can rotate it. Or if you don't want to rotate it from here, you can just turn it here, then Control T, then turn the angle here, put 90. It will automatically rotate, then click that. Then you can now drag it to the far left or the far left top. Then Control, if you want to duplicate it, I'll show you the shortcuts. Just use Alt, click Alt and click the photo. Then from there, click E and click Control E, then Alt again. Like Control E means Control All, then leave it there. Then again Control E, and then click Alt by itself, then drag it down. So you'll have a pair of 8 passport photos. So if you are a printer, you can now select your printer, print, and select your whatever. Or if you want to save it, you can go there and save. But if you don't need to print or anything, from here you just come here and save your image. After saving it, select whatever you want to save it, however you want to save it, and select JPEG if you want to save it in a way that you can share it. And maybe if you don't want to use quality, you can select PDF or whatever, but for purposes of maybe seeing it as a photo, you can select JPEG and save. So if you want the quality to be high, you can now select here, add quality, then that. So that is the first part of it. So after saving it, you'll find it wherever you saved it. You can you always select wherever you want to save a photo. So mine is in the desktop. So if I go to the desktop, I'll find it. So I saved it as JJJ. So if I preview it, this is how it will look like. Okay, so the other step, I'll show you how to change the background of the photo. So if you want to change